Law Nation.
What more do you want from me?
Happy Friday to you and you and you. Come on.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same.
Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. Yes, the room fill up. Be sure. And I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let that friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Yup. Ain't no party like a Cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Come on. What about an off-season rule? Come on, stand to your feet. Come on. Happy Friday to you and you and you. Oh my goodness. We got another signing today. Oh my goodness. Hey, Alida La Raza, mucho elegante. Right, boom. All right, according to Michael Gelkin, and I didn't want to even, see, now I got to dive into this conversation. I thought if I waited just a little bit longer, before, because the Cowboys normally release news right before it goes into the weekend here. So I'm going to have to do some homework on the fly. Let me see what Gelkin got right here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We got some breaking news brought to you by Michael and them. Let's see who he is for what I can see here. And I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. I absolutely love talking about the Cowboys. Win, lose, or draw. So it says here, according to Michael Gelkin, Cowboys hired Christian Gracia as the defensive quality control coach. Two people with knowledge of the move said that Gracia is a promising, well-respected coach who finished last season as the Commanders' interim DB coach. He will assist Al Harris in secondary. Gracia follows Jeff, defensive line from Washington. So, hey, if they going to get some of our guys, we going to get some of theirs. That's just how it goes. Ain't that right? Come on, baby. Hey, that's just how it is, man. So shout out to them. Riggs, I'm getting too old for this, Riggs. I saw you long. You running away from Jeff last name. I know you from Mississippi. You don't want to say that dude's last name. Hell no, I don't want to say that man's last name. I'll be messing it up. Somebody says it's like, I can't even pronounce it. You know what I'm saying? Pronounce it. I'm not even going to try. So I'm just going to call him Jeff, So whenever I just say Jeff, I'm trying to talk about that Jeff Z name right here. I know I'm going to mess that dude name up. That name got me like Mayweather over here. But I can say Christian Gracia, though. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to have the Mayweather readings over here on this dude's name. Can y'all put the name, how you say it, in the chat, man? Y'all help a brother out. HBO me. HBO me, I didn't know he used to coach for the Washington team. Now he's over here on our side. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. I love it because now they going to give us some secrets, and I know we going to give them some secrets, but we just trying to figure some things out because they going to keep some of the people that was over there. Of course, Dan Quinn ain't going to go with a full-fledged new thing, but defensive quality control coach, and what that means is that basically it's kind of like the offensive assistant, the quality control. He goes over he does the homework. He does all of the scouting work. Yeah. Amanda said, just call him Jeff Z, man. That's what I'm going to call him, I'm going to call him Jeff Z. That's what I'm going to call him. Ain't this right? Me and Amanda on the same page, man. We on the same page on this Friday. Ain't finna be getting tripped up over nobody's name. He know who his name is, right? Dude played in the league for 19 to 20 years. But neither here nor there. The Dallas Cowboys. This is just one block that we trying to put into the piece of this puzzle. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. And what we're trying to do collectively is have quality of control on both sides of the ball. Just like Steve Shimko, I can say that man's name, the other guy that we have to assist Mike McCarthy. Because we already know how they got it going for him. Ladies and gentlemen, they got it going like, hey, you don't get the pot of gold at the end of this rainbow trip unless I truly believe Mike McCarthy can either get to the NFC Championship game or go to the Super Bowl. I would literally say this, ladies and gentlemen. I think that Jerry Jones and them will not re-sign Mike McCarthy unless he wins the Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl or bust. I don't think that the Cowboys really have all of what we call faith in Mike McCarthy. And attached to that wagon will be the ultimate day by March the 13th on whether or not the Cowboys are going to extend, stretch, and pull some guys together, right? And that's just how it goes. Good morning. All got a 13-minute window now. Holds everything. Yeah, everywhere. Yeah. Wait a minute, Harry Wallace. What are you talking about, bro? But neither here nor there. Cowboys, shout out to Michael Parsons. He was at the Mavs games, I believe, last night, and he did his thing. Shout out to him. But what I want to talk about is this guy who's putting in work, and his name is Izzy Mukamu. You know what I'm saying? It took me about 2 or 3 years to get that name right. You know what I'm saying? Mukamu is a guy that I really like coming out of South Carolina. He played with those guys over there, and he's a long-rangey type of DB. He was drafted later in the rounds there, and he said coming out of the draft here that he feels as if though he is the best defensive back in that draft. Now, thou shall decree a thing and it shall be established, right? So he truly believed in himself, and that's the type of mindset and mentality that you need to have out there. Now, granted, although you may have the mental mindset and you may have the mental fortitude, but it is forgotten because of the fact that if I can say that I'm something, right? But if the Cowboys front office, or not necessarily them, but if the coaching staff don't ever utilize and use you, you can be great sitting on the bench. You can be fantastic sitting on the bench. So what they said was the Cowboys, when they drafted him, instead of using and utilize him, they said, you know what? We don't trust you all the way because you're young. Let's put Anthony Brown out there. And we were like, hey, man, come on, But they said, hey, let's see what we got out of Anthony Brown, although we already knew what we had out of Anthony Brown, right? So then the next year fall around, and they said, let's see if we could just put you at safety, right? And then he had a phenomenal, I'm talking about a phenomenal offseason. We were all talking about, hey, he switched his number to 2-4. He was doing some good stuff for us. And shout out to you, man. The birthday was awesome. Hey, had to go to work, see you, friends. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Eric, man. Happy birthday again to you, bro. Appreciate you. So Amanda Brown, and I don't know if you related to Anthony Brown, but Amanda, she's right. Him and Nashawn Wright got shafted by the politics, right? And Nashawn Wright, to me, both of those boys, Izzy and as well as Nashawn, they were considered the draft picks of what we wanted to see from our natural eyes of what the Seattle Seahawks, because that was the vision, right, of what they were doing, long, rangy type of cornerbacks. We thought that was Dan Quinn, the sabotage man plan, right? But he never really trusted those boys. Out of all of those groups of guys, Nashawn Wright got a few chances out there, but it was always a mix-up between these three DBs. Kelvin Joseph, we ain't going to call him boss, Nashawn Wright, and Izzy. So what we would start to do is we start to think of it this way. Move this guy, move here, move this guy there. Nashawn Wright gave us unbelievable film for preseason. Izzy gave us unbelievable film and stuff for the offseason. And one can argue out of the groups of those three, Izzy showed us the most and the biggest and the brightest of the stage, right? Because when Nashawn got his opportunity, he kind of wet the bed. Kelvin Joseph, he was too busy rapping and doing all the other stuff, and I'm not going to throw any shades at him because he's gone now. But Izzy, he was the guy that showed up in that Tampa Bay's Buccaneers game. He was the guy. Yeah, Super Bowl champ Kelvin Joseph. Can't call him boss, man, drunk. But he didn't play in the game, you know what I'm saying? So I get it, you know, he get a participation ring, you know, but shout out to him. And no shade at the Kelvin Joseph family, right? So my guy says, yes, Banks says Izzy showed us a few flashes. So let's not forget about him. Since he's going into like this quasi-contract year, I'm thinking that if you give him more and more opportunities, because last season he only had 73 snaps, man. 73 snaps, man. That's crazy. The season before in 2022, he had only 153 snaps. 153. But he did get you an interception, though. Come on with it, man. Come on with it. Give me something. Give me some applauses and stuff like that. So those are things that I will consider. Let's see what he can do now with a new chance, with a new situation and scenario here. Appreciate you, Gil. Thank you. So here's what I want the Cowboys to do. And I should have put Wanye Thomas up there as one of the forgotten players. Right. We can go back and go over this. Ryan says, shout out to you, Ryan. Appreciate you for communicating over here on the Facebook. He says, Wright was terrible. Was a terrible pick. Not a top 100 guy. Most had him at 6th and 7th round. Hey, wait a minute. Was that the beginnings of the play of the plan, right? Yeah. Was that the beginning of the sabotagery? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna leave old boy alone. I just say this though. If anybody can get the most out of these guys, these two right here, Nashawn Wright and as well as Izzy, would be Coach Zim. Of course, Al Harris will be under a different tune. I will be looking into this Garcia kid, you know, Cowboys hired Christian Garcia. I'll be looking into his resume or what have you, and we will be going over that. But we will see if this guy can get the most out of him. There's nothing like going into a situation with a fresh, clean sheet of paper. Sometimes when you're taking notes and you're preparing yourself for the exam or preparing yourself for the ultimate test, sometimes it's free and good to just go get a clean sheet of paper. Whoever been like that? Show of hands. Whoever needed a clean sheet of paper. Whoever needed to hit the big reset button. Whoever needed to say, okay, hey, give me an opportunity to start over so that I can showcase you what I can really bring to the table. Just give me a chance. In the hearts of hearts, I don't think that he had the chance. Because, see, now it's coming in. This is a lame duck year for Mike McCarthy. This is also a presentation of a prove it that I do belong for Mike Zim. So the Mike and Mike situation could be, that's the operative word, a perfect storm. TA Cowboys raised her hand and says, yes, right here. Just need it, man. Just give me a break, man. Just give me a break. You know, that's all. Look, we mess up sometimes. We look, sometimes you may slip. But don't continue to slip where you may think that spot is always treacherous. Yeah. Sometimes a little favor can help you out. Sometimes when you get pulled over, you go on 65 into 55 and you sitting there like, hey, officer, hey, man, I didn't even see the 60. I didn't see the 55 mile per hour speed zone, man. And they say, you know what, buddy? Just slow it down next time. And they don't even run your license. They don't even run anything, right? And you got all types of stuff on your bad stuff. If they run it, boy, you're gonna have to be ready to call Ashaniqua and them, put money on your books and stuff, you know, bail you out. But sometimes you need that, and that's what I truly believe Izzy is going to get here now. Now, on his own merit, he better go ahead and clean up whatever he need to clean up, and bam. Bam, that's what he doing right now, baby. He cleaning stuff up. He's sitting there like, man, you know, I was put into a jam. I was put into a wrong situation. Me and Shango was there when it all happened. When he was at odds with that coach. Not going to say the coach name, but the coach no longer here. And they arguing, going back and forth. For the entire season, he only gets 70 snaps. Only me and Shango heard the exchange. It was very toxic. It was very going back and forth. And somebody got into their feelings. And I'm going to tell y'all, it wasn't the player. And that happened all the way back in Oxnard, man. So I would say this, y'all. It's a lovely moment to see that this kid right here is going to get an opportunity. Now, granted, if he don't clean up those things, man, hey, he can still get put in the slams. So what I'm trying to say, and I always try to make my podcast a way where you guys can tap in and relate to everyday life situations. He's going to have him a clean sheet of paper, y'all. We already knew coming out of college that one of the things we banged on the table was because he ran a 4.38 or something like that. He's fast. He's a 4.4 guy. Nashawn Wright, a 4.4 guy. Speed is one thing, but can you sink your hips? Can you turn? Do you have oily hips? Can you track the ball? Can you come down and field? Can you put on that extra weight? And that's what he did. He put on an extra weight. His redirect game, he was always there. One of the knocks on him was with Izzy, can he tackle, man? God, dog, can he tackle? He avoids tackling. And he had those issues coming out of college. But it changed, man. When he put that 2.4 on, shoot, he tackled better, you know. So we'll find out, man. Shout out to you, Patrice. Appreciate you so much for your love and adulation. So shout out to Brandon Laurie, too. Great follower on the IG and as well as the X app. Appreciate him. Be sure to check him out. I'm talking about if you ever want good research and good work, shoot, check him out, man. Check him out. Check him out. We got a super chat. And it goes like this. Would you entertain a trade for Parsons, hypothetically? Jeez. All right, he did. Hold on.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Woo. If we trade to Chicago, get first overall and future first round pick, plus maybe a fourth this year, then trade down to the first overall and get additional, would you do it? I would entertain it. Yeah, I would. I wouldn't say I wouldn't entertain it. I'm picking up the phone and say, okay, all right, let me weigh out my options here. That's leaving the known versus the unknown. That is, I would at least listen to it. No, y'all shame me now, but let me play this button right here.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Let the USMC speak it.
USMC 0331 $20. Would you entertain a trade for Parsons? Hypocritical. If we trade to Chicago, gets first overall and future first road pick plus maybe a fourth this year, then trade down the first overall to get additional picks, would you do?
Would you do it? I mean, hey, as they say, leave no stone unturned. Everybody, you know. And I think that speech is needed, you know. And let me just move back up so we can hear this out. Man, my brother was talking about this just last night. Joe Montana won 4 Super Bowl rings, and he didn't finish his career there in 49ers land, right? Emmitt Smith, all-time rushing leader, he didn't end his career with the Cowboys. He got moved on and went to Arizona. 2 of the people, Larry Fitzgerald, tributes Emmitt Smith workout regimen of his success, right? Shout out to Larry Fitz. Who knew of that, right? So when you have veteran guys, sometimes they can pour upon the lessons, and there's a blessing in every lesson to the youth. And what I'm saying here is Parsons still young, right? There's no trade clause on Parsons, and I think that Parsons is going to scale upwards. But you can always entertain the conversations of a trade situation. It's a different story if we were to win 3 Super Bowls with Parsons and we'd be sitting there like, nah, man, he's generational. But since Parsons been here, we won 12 or more games. That's not by chance. So those would be the things that you would have to weigh out. When you're talking about generational talent, that is what it is. You see, when people saw Deion Primetime Sanders, when they were calling him Neon Deion, they knew that he was generational when he was playing at Atlanta. But newsflash, he couldn't stay there, right? Eventually, he had to move out. He went to the Niners, won a ring there. He went to the Cowboys. Hell, Prime played for all of the teams. He played for all of the NFC East team but the Eagles. Prime done played, I think Giants too. Yeah. He played for everybody, man. He played for Washington, the Cowboys, played for the Ravens. He played for everybody. So I think that even Parsons, as likable as he is, and as generational talent as he is, say it with me, baby. Come on, y'all got to say it with me. He ain't Deion Primetime Sanders, right? So if you had an option, right, like right now, and you said to yourself, if you can get Parsons or Prime, and I know that Parsons, he's still building his resume, right? But he ain't even on the Prime level, right? And I'm just being real with y'all, man. I ain't being fake nor phony with y'all. I like Parsons. I couldn't stand Prime. I couldn't stand Prime. You know what I mean? I couldn't stand Deion Primetime Sanders. My brother would let you know. And then I had to sit there that whole entire year because I was so angry and upset at Prime for, hey.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Jeez. Hey, I was mad at it. Man, y'all don't know, man. I had an attitude in 1993-94 season. You know what I'm saying? Or 94, basically. I had an attitude, boy. I said, that dude, prime time, man, with the thick sideburns, with the do-rag on, whatever the little doggone thing he had on, I couldn't stand him. But he changed my mind just that year. You know what I'm saying? Just so quick. So what I'm saying is that I would not paint myself into a corner with that trade possibility. As long as something happens great for this team. Remember, we're Team Cowboys. Just like I said last night, and I'm not beating up Dak Prescott, but I would have loved to see what would have been the exchange rate of Dak Prescott if he had a chance to see the open market before the franchise tag. People fail to realize we had $90 million. $90 million. $90 million, man. Shoot. But they franchise tagged him, and that's a whole nother storyline. And we never got a chance to see Dak Prescott see the open market. But for what it's worth, some will argue and say that was a good situation. Some will argue against, right? But neither here nor there. Kenneth Richardson said, appreciate you so much for your love and adulations. Cowboy fans turning on Parsons. No, I don't think that Cowboy fans are turning on Parsons. But when you are a person of the kind of caliber of media outreach of Parsons, and you play for the silver and blue with the star on the side of your helmet, and then you are collectively, more dare I say, a person that do a podcast that's going to speak in front of the people, and on top of that, going into the French conversational pieces of Stephen A. Smith, people are going to be split with that. People are going to be split with that. And that's just how it goes, man. Fortunately, if Parsons played for the Atlanta Falcons, he might not even have the Edge podcast, right? If Parsons played for the Atlanta Falcons, people probably look at him like, yeah, that's a good dude. He's pretty talented, right? Let me pick this up. And I'm not saying that this dude is better or less, but he would have been perceived differently if you just pick him up and put him on another team. If you put these results, I can't talk today. Appreciate y'all, man. Due to y'all, I can't talk today. But if you pick this up and you put this on the Cowboys, Danielle Hunter in 2023 had 18 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 51 solo tackles. If you just pick that production up and put it on the Cowboys, people would have been banging on the table. This brother need to be on the MVP run, right? But by him playing in Minnesota, don't nobody care about those 18 sacks. And then that's consistency, because even if you look at 2022, he had a forced fumble, had 12 sacks there, and I think 2021, that's the year he was injured. But in 2020, he wasn't even on nobody's team. So when you start to think of it, this dude production level is pretty nice. He would be in the household names of, dare I say, the Bosa boys or what have you. And people would have been talking about, hey, man, look at that Hunter kid, man. Oh, my goodness. But a third of the people don't even know what he sounds like, right? They even heard him. They even know what he looked like. You know what I'm saying? What number do he wear? You know, what team do he – well, Hunter, you know. Shoot. The dude will bring production. Now, the good stuff is that, hey, he's a free agent. Now, I don't know if they're going to put the franchise tag on or they're going to pay him his money, I believe. But he is a guy that the Cowboys, If you really want to shake some stuff up, you can go look at that. But neither here nor there. Let's talk about Osa Odighizuwa. He's another forgotten guy because I get it, right? We talk about what Osa does with this particular front, and we think of it like, hey, every year he gives you about 3 or 4 sacks. Now he's going into a contract year. The good thing about it, we've been banging on the table and saying that, hey, he got the size to play on the edge and in the inside. Well, we got some guys that can really, really give him the production level that we need by coaching. I think that, we had a disservice of talent due to a guy by the name of whoever you want to put the blame on. But I think that by these guys calling their own twist, calling their own defensive fronts looks or what have you, hindered the processes of straight up good disciplined football. I think if you can scale it just a little bit, I think that Osa, and I know we've been talking about breakout years for this guy, what have you. We said it last year that, hey, man, we think that he's going to have a breakout year. We think he's going to have a breakout year. I truly believe in the hearts of hearts. Osa, for this year, I'm calling it right now. That breakout year this year, bro. Because everything is aligning. And all we need to do now is add a few more touches to this team. Osa himself was pretty good for these past 2 years. Osa himself is pretty much a solid player for us. But sometimes when you look at solid and you think of production levels, it wasn't good enough though, right? I think that Osa, he added a little bit more strength and size to his game. I think that Osa himself was the guy that started off fast, but then during that time frame that the Cowboys got experimental with a bunch of stuff, he scaled off a little bit. I'm looking at it like this. When you have good coaching and good disciplinary and teaching on the sidelines, when you do good or when you do great, it is not the time to do this when coaching. It is the time to coach up more. It is the time to apply more and more pressure, more and more information. It's a time to put more pressure on said player to rev him up. See, what happened here in Cowboys land, when we see a player start playing good, we release our hands off of them. When we see a player start playing great, we released our hands off of them. I think that with this new coaching staff, they would not accept good. They would not accept the great stuff that you do. They're going to apply more pressure on you. And I think that that's what you're going to get with this particular coaching staff. I'm not hyping them up. I'm not pumping them up. But just look at their resumes far as what they were able to do juxtaposed to what we had already here. That's just all I'm going to say here. All right, so when we start, let's look at this. I want to pull this up. Let me get out of this screen right here. And I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I know my guy Sanjay is in the chat. Who was the guy that we had let go that he went to the Colts? Who was that guy we was all saying like, damn, man, why we let him go? He was phenomenal in practice. Who was the other guy that we said, man, was it Isaiah Land? Or what was his name? Y'all help me out. And who was the other guy like Wheat and all of those boys? Isaiah Land, appreciate you. This coaching staff, this team of people, Wheat and Isaiah Land, all of those boys. This coaching staff ain't going to be playing that little crazy game. If you are whooping ass out there, you're going to get a chance to rock, baby. That's all I'm saying. Because I don't think that, Durday, Scott McCurley, Darian Thompson had the cachet to really say, all right, let's do this, let's do that. Drunk Cowboy, drunk Dak lover boy, you said Dallas Clark. Boy, you crazy. You crazy. Sanjay said Jeffrey Simmons. Now, I said all of that about I said all of that about Osa. But shoot, if Jeffrey Simmons come available, I'm kicking Osa off this team for him now. Come on now. That's two different worlds now. Come on. I'm trying to win, God dog it. Yeah. I said all that good stuff. Forget a breakout year. If Jeffrey Simmons come available and Osa got to be the sacrificial lamb, oh yeah. I'll trade that straight up. Come on with it. Come on. Now, Sanjay, that's just being real with you, man. I'm just saying, Shout out to Mississippi State boys, Chris Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, a whole bunch of guys, man. Yeah. Simmons. No, I think Simmons can give you 3-tech stuff too, though, Ryan. I think he can give you a little 3-tech. But he's one of those guys that can give you a little bit of both, He is like he's like Chris Jones to a degree. Yeah. He like Chris Jones to a degree, But at the end of the day, I think that these type of things, he's a 3-tech that can play a little nose tackle. Yeah. But he's what, 300? Sanjay, I know you got the size and stuff down. He's about what, 305, 310 at the most. I wouldn't want that there, I say, consistently at the nose tackle, but you can give him a little reps here and there. I'm quite sure, no offense to my guy, I'm quite sure you'll kick him off the bridge to get him here, you know what I'm saying? And Navel Gallimore, you won't re-up that, though, But neither here nor there. Let's look into this list right here. These are the free agent guys, and give me a thumbs up if you can see this right quick. Give me a thumbs up. Can y'all see it? Boom. Can y'all see this? All right, so these are the free agent guys that's on this team, by the way. Let me start it from the market value. I can tell y'all straight up. Make sure we got it here. Okay, y'all can see that. Status, hold on. I'm going to fix it up just a little bit. About right there. Okay. I can tell y'all straight up. He gone. Cowboys ain't going to play around with that. All right. He gone. We ain't going to entertain that, Yeah. That's J-Rock. He gone. Trent Siege, I'm bringing him back. You didn't hear his name all year. And when you talk about a long snapper, that's just what it is. I'm looking at it, whereas Tyler Biadasz, is he gone, y'all? My goodness, he had a terrible year last year. I think Navel Gallimore, 27. I think you can find somebody, man. I think that you bring back Hanks. I think that Hank's going to come back at a real – since he mentioned – see, the thing is, since Hanks mentioned that he would love to come back, the Jones family are already operating. They are working. They are working this kid. All right. Okay, boy. Jeez. I thought it was boy. We got money, baby. We rich, baby. Oh, I just got some more breaking news. Why did I get all this? I got to change the title now, dog. Just drop it. No, we got some more breaking news. We got money. I like it. I used to have pros. All right, come on. According to Bleacher Report, for your mind, NFL announced the salary cap will increase to $255.4 million this season. That increase is more than $30 million from last season. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Kick them daisies. Come on, baby. Come on. We got money now, baby. Yeah. Yeah, we got money. Shoot. Let me hit it one more time. Man, these boys should be no excuses now. That's an extra 30. Come on, hit it one more time. Let me hit it. I know it's not enough, but man, that's like you wasn't even expecting this raise, and it's in like, oh, okay. $30 million more? Okay, all right, come on. That's a $30 million pay raise right there, man. That's more and more money that you got that you can maneuver around with, and you can literally, come on, hit it one more time. That's 30. I was telling people the salary cap stuff is a myth. You can. Hey Dak, no, come on, man. Don't you think all of that money go to you now? Come on now. Yeah. It just opened up the look. You can literally $30 million. Like who came up with that number when it was just $8 million? You know. Yeah, it increased more than $30 million from last year. You know, 255. Yeah. Yeah. Fixing it. Show me the money. Yeah, geez. Come on, man. Look at all of this stuff. Yeah, why did 2010 they had no cap? Yeah. Look at people happy. Somebody said, thank you, Taylor. Yeah. Man, look. Somebody said, holy shit. So, man, I'm telling y'all, man. They restricted the increase to cover the COVID losses. This is from Sanjay. They're talking about 2010. COVID wasn't here in 2010. Somebody was asking that in 2010. But, you know, I think that's when they was going back and forth with the I guess, you know, when you're talking about people holding out in the NFL. Hey, drunk Dak Lover says, come on, man, Dak got to stake this discount now. No. Todd Francis on the phone saying, see, now everything raises up. You know, it's a rat race at the end of the day, man. Yeah. Sanjay says I meant to say the early 2020 to 2022 season. But here's the thing, though. Sanjay, I heard that revenue was up in certain sectors of the NFL, even in the pandemic. That's why they were saying that it was a recession-proof business because more and more people, believe it or not, turned on the TV. They only lost some concessions or some money via going to the game, but the bulk of the revenue came from when people actually turned on the TV and they realized that, shoot, we are making an all-time high. And then on top of that, the increase is finna be phenomenal once this Amazon money hits. This Amazon money, when that money hit and this gambling situation, and speaking of this, since we pressed for a little time, man, check out Prize Picks, man. They even have a Flex Friday mode, man, that you can absolutely secure your earnings here. Just use promo code LAW. Hey, I'm telling people right now that the NFL, if they gonna bank on this ability to use these sites like a Prize Picks, like the other ones I'm not going to mention, not going to give them any shine, then you know for sure that the NFL is banking at an all-time high. I think that their revenue projected from the arena of these type of sectors, I'm trying to dance around wordplay, is upwards of $50 billion. So 30 million is relatively low, spread it out across the league. They can go higher. They should go about 55 to 60 million. But what they don't want to do is put out all of this payment across all 31 or 32 teams, basically, and not keep a piece of it for themselves. You see, the salary cap was initiated so that teams won't go under. Well, since this new revenue sharing ideal model or what have you, teams been making an all-time high, even teams at lower markets. And we can all argue that these professionalized teams like the Cowboys, the Niners, I think even the Giants and the Eagles, we pretty much carry the league. Primarily the Cowboys, by the way. We carry the league as far as revenue growth and all of this other good stuff and splendor. But that's a whole nother conversational piece. I do like the fact that we got more and more money. I can't wait for all of these systems to update so I can give you guys actuals and what we can do with this extra money that's going to be bestowed upon us. But what I'm saying here is that I don't think that the Cowboys would bring back J. Lou for 4.5 million? Nah, they're going to try to at least test the market and see what they can get. I think that even Jordan Lewis, he played serviceable to us. I think that they probably going to look at other options at this point. But if they bring back J. Lou, I'm just going to draw a dash right here because I'm in between that. Fowler, I like Fowler. I like what he brings to the table, but I'm going to put a dash on him. If he comes back for cheaper price, then that's okay. He's 29.5, former first-round talent. I get all of that. I think we should be out on Chuma Edoga. I think that Chuma Edoga, he did a serviceable job, but just like my guy Scott Walker said, he got those glitches, and I can't deal with that. No, I can't deal with that. Armstrong, I'm looking at it like this, and I said this before. Somebody brought this up to my attention, and when we did the call-in, they were saying, like, Law, why don't we just X out Armstrong, right? And also X out Dante Fowler and go for a known commodity like a Daniil Hunter. And I agree with that. I agree wholeheartedly. Instead of having all of this depth, and I know we love depths. We love depths. But don't forget about this right here. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. Yes, indeed. Rico, I'm definitely bringing back Rico. If this price is right, and let me see what his market value is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing back Rico. I'm really, for $2 million, I think that I start south of that, and we start working some things out. I'm not going to give him too much into that money. I'm not talking about the man money like that, but I think that he'll come below that market value price. Yeah, I think he'll come below that. But I'm trying to bring Rico in and match him up with someone though, if he do. Where y'all at on Tony and them? Where are you guys with Tony? It's the craziest thing of it all with Tony Pollard because we know he was coming off of an injury, and normally they have a down year, and then this year Tony might be having a spring back year, and we be like, dang. Noel says he's worth the $2 million. Okay, well, let's bring him in. Ken says, nah, let him go. Keep Pollard. Go get Henry. Pollard is CMC light. This is from my guy Sanjay. I like Rico and Henry experiment. My only thing is with Rico, like we got away last year with him being healthy for the majority of the year, but somehow we shied away with him towards the latter end of last season. But neither here nor there. I would love Rico at a 1-2 combo, but I'll keep in mind that he's been injury prone. He's been injury prone. From a degree as I know Tony Pollard been injury prone, right? For the last 2 seasons outside of this year, he had injuries, and then he got paid, right? He had the plantar fasciitis, and then he had the broken ankle, whatever he broke, tibia or whatever he broke. That part. Yeah. So it's just like, let's wake up. Shout out to you, Trip Aces. Appreciate you. Let's wake up, y'all. Where are you guys at with Deuce Vaughn? Are y'all out on Deuce Vaughn for that 1 year? Are y'all out and y'all believe that Deuce Vaughn is who he is? Let's not forget about him. Like, what happened? Dude, let me just be real with y'all. Like, is he that terrible from preseason to the regular season? Because we see, like, Deuce Vaughn, we was all crunk, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna even lie. We was like, yeah, in preseason. I know it's preseason. Well, y'all extremely out on Deuce, man. And come on, I just need to know. Somebody said, like True Blue Forever said, who is Deuce? Yeah, you better call him Chris. You better call him Chris. Call him by his government name. Don't call him Deuce. Chris Vaughn, Junior. Or could it, like, to me, let me put the comments back up. Say what y'all say. Say what y'all going to say. Call me crazy. But I haven't forgot about Hunter. 40 ounce. I know we can argue that there was this crazy fumble. One can put it on Dak Prescott. One can put it on him. But I encourage y'all, man, just watch, just forget about that fumble. Just watch Hunter, man. Just go back and look at tape of Hunter. He wasn't that bad, man. It just that, all right, Mike McCarthy, I was telling people, man, Mike McCarthy, and I hope that Steve Shemko can help him out. But Mike McCarthy in the second half just looked like he needed a sandwich, man. You know, it like, come on, man. His sugar levels were low. Give him a sneaker or something, man. And he did that for the entirety of the season with my guy Hunter. Hunter didn't even touch the ball until the latter part until Miami. We were like, hey, when we get inside the 10, when we get inside the 5, put Hunter in. He didn't even use Hunter until we got to Miami, man. So what I'm saying here, don't sleep on Hunter, y'all. Don't sleep on Hunter. And I ain't talking about Danielle Hunter, you know, but we would love to have both of them. I'm talking about 40 ounce, man. I know people, man, they like, oh, man, we out on 40 ounce, man. I'm thinking of packages whereas you got 40 ounce, but what I'm saying is now, just because I'm saying don't forget about 40 ounce, don't mean that we shouldn't go out here and got dog and go look into this free agency and go get a running back. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't saying that. But y'all give it what I'm saying. Yeah, TA Cowboy. Mike McCarthy needed a sandwich, man, a fruit roll-up or something, man, on the sideline. Give him a bag of Skittles, man. He was just like, stale as chips, man. Go back and y'all watch this offense in the third quarter. We were stale all year, man. Yes, indeed. Bro. Hey, Lickma says, Sack says, bro, Dak need a stud running back, bottom line. No chances this year. I'm saying that you can still, two things can be true, but what I'm saying is don't sleep on a 40 ounce. It's not like he had a terrible year. He just had that terrible fumble. That one fumble defined his whole entire career here. You know, come on with it. Oh my goodness, man. All right. Saquon or Henry. All right, so hear me out. And both of those boys. Action Powell, he says stop sleeping on Deuce, Law. I look at Deuce just like Sproles. What Sproles that 1-2 combination with LaDainian Tomlinson, right? He was the forgotten one there with that piece. It was LaDainian Thomason, and it was Sproles, right? Then with LaDainian left, then Sproles and some other dude. And then Sproles went. I wanted Sproles at that time, but he went to the Eagles or something. No, he went to the what Sproles went to? He went to the Saints before he went to the Eagles, right? Y'all help me out. Help me out with the Sproles effect, right? I think that Deuce Vaughn is similar to a degree. So you just got to continue to pair him up. And I do agree with your Action Powell. I'm not going to sleep on him. I'm not finna throw him out like the baby with the bathwater, right? But I think that Sproles and Deuce can give you something similar, right? Right? Trev says we don't have a LaDainian. So that's what we need to do. We just need to find us a LaDainian, you know, and not Macadamians. You know what I'm saying? That's nuts. But we need to find a real other running back that we can pair him up with. Yeah. So it was Eagles and then the Saints. I thought it was the Saints and then he went to the Eagles. But Sproles was really nice with them doggone Saints. Yeah. That center from Oregon is a dog. Yeah. I think that, when you look at it, you look at power up front, and you need to focus and realize that, hey, you get power up front with your center. They touch the ball 100% of the time, and I think that that's where you can get most of your good stuff at. All right, so who else on this market value? We talked about him. Let me see how much they talking about for this dude. 1 year, $7.4 million. Hey, we can work that out. I'm seeing a heavy, and I need to know, have y'all forgot about Tyron Smith? Do you bring him in for a cup of coffee? Do you bring him in? Do you bring him back? Not that big old cup, like an espresso. Do you sit him down and say, here's an espresso, bro? Here's my thoughts. My answer is yes, and I get it. I know a lot of people are angry, but what you do here is you sign him up and you say to yourself, we gonna throw you this incentive-based deal. I know where my guy Boss Cowboy stands at with this. I know where my guy the OC stands at with this. Most people saying, look, just deal away with it. I get it. You go into this 2024 season with the mindset to say to yourself, he ain't going to play 17 weeks. But when he do play, he give you this. He only had 3 penalties, allowed 1 sack out of 847 snaps. You're not finna get that. You're not finna get that from probably anybody in the league outside of maybe a Trent Williams. Maybe y'all can name me a few elite left tackles, but you're not gonna get that. There's only about only 1 or 2, 3, maybe 4 guys that's going to give you this. So I'm not finna throw that out. Right? At $7 million, don't y'all know how much the 49ers paying Trent Williams? And it's not, now I'm not saying they paying Trent Williams 30. I pulled this up with my brother just the other day, and I'm saying, God, dog, boy, they married to him. That divorce papers is going to take some money with them, with Trent Williams. And I'm not saying that, Trent Williams is like light years ahead of my guy right here. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm saying that both of these boys are pretty much solid, I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out the obvious. But you getting this deal, well, let me show y'all, and I know some people say, nah, man, Trent Williams is him. He's like light years ahead of Tyron Smith. But when I show y'all this, man, what I'm saying here, this Trent Williams, right? They married to that. They paying that brother 31, 34, 37. See, we don't got that type of relationship. No. Look, they gonna be swallowed up with that type of contract all the way up until the year 2026. And he's a long tooth, man. That's all I'm saying. We talking about $7 million, man, for this type of product. And then what you do here, ladies and gentlemen, what you do here is pretend that he's not here. You act as if, though, Tyron Smith is not even on the team. And you act accordingly. That's all you do. You say, all right, I'm going to still draft my left tackle, or I'm still going to elevate Awesome Richards, right? But I got this insurance policy plan right here. It's going to be Tyron, no practice weekdays. You're not going to practice. No. I just need for you to show up on Sunday, a Monday, once a year, and then I need for you to show up on a Thursday night football. That stuff works, man. I'm just telling y'all. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's just what I'm saying. You know that saying, the baby out with the bathwater? You see, back in that time, I'll give y'all a little history lesson. They didn't take showers nor a bath until once a year. And they went in order of the age. So by the time it got down, because they didn't have even a plumbing system in that area, they didn't have none of those things as far as technology. So they believe if you had clean skin and stuff, white teeth, they believe that, hey, man, something wrong with you. So what they used to do is they do it in order. The oldest take a bath, then the middle child take a bath, and then that baby take a bath. By the time the baby get there, it's black, like mud. And they would take that water and that mud and residue and throw it out the window. And what they noticed is that sometimes it'd be so murky and muddy that they throw the baby out with the bath water. You know what I'm saying? All right, come on, man. I'm going to quit teaching, y'all. I'm going to quit talking, man. I don't want people to come after me. So don't throw this big baby. This is the big baby, though. Jeez. He's a big baby, man. Tyra Smith is a big baby. Don't throw that baby out with the bathwater. Don't do that. Don't do him like that. Don't throw that baby out, man. I'm just saying. I think that baby is still workable. It's still, you can get something out of it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Where my button at? When healthy. Now, that's why it's such an important part of Stephen Jones to do his great works right here. Is to give him an incentive contract. And guess what? I got things like this that I would do. This is why I'll give Stephen Jones his flowers. You know, Stephen Jones, I'm going to give you some flowers because I want you to approach these guys with this contract.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
Well, hold on. Slow down just a little bit. You know, let me see if I can find this thing right quick. Hold on. We're gonna break this down one more time. The guys that I want him to give that type of contract to. I want a heavy incentive-based contract. Where my Sharpie at? Sharpie Law. To him. I want a heavy incentive-based contract to him downstairs. You know, Stephon Gilmore, I want that same heavy incentive-based contract to, where got it, Jonathan Hankins. Yeah, that's what I would do. And matter of fact, let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. I can put them all in order for you. Let me put them all in order for you. Yeah. Put them all in order. Him, and him. Give me that same contract, the incentive-based contract. They already leaked out that they want to be here. That means you got the upper hand. Give those boys that veteran. No. Sanjay said that veteran minimum. But all right, so they're going to be a little bit north of the veteran minimum. But you put that incentive-based contract out there, I think that we will win. Matter of fact, I'll draw a W. If we win in these contracts, we'll make this into a W. You see what I'm saying? We will be winning with these contracts. Stephon Gilmore, he will be the bridge guy once again to Bland and I'm about to say Stephon Diggs. Shout out to Stephon Diggs. Maybe he come to the Cowboys since we got $30 million more. Come on with it. All right, so he'll be a bridge guy for, once again, Trayvon Diggs, because we know Trayvon Diggs is not going to be probably the same Diggs until like probably November-ish, December-ish, right? He can be that bridge guy. Tyron Smith can be the bridge guy to whoever we draft with the 24th pick. We might draft a tackle, right? We already know Tyler Smith, shoot, he need to be another year at guard, right? And then Jonathan Hankins. These are bridge guys. These are bridge guys. Oh, you hit me with something, Ron Hopkins. You hit me with something. make Tyron Smith your swing tackle, right? Basically, you said you got to put Bass at left guard. That means you're going to swing Tyler Smith back at left tackle. You draft maybe Powers or whoever you draft as a center, right? Zach Martin. Here's the craziest thing. You in a contract year with Zach Martin. And I'm just looking at the body mechanics, man, and the way he be talking sometimes. I don't know if Zach Martin is going to be dedicated to play 4 or 5 more years. Just being real with y'all. Terrence Steele, he's off his furniture at this point. Either you grooming Bass to be your future right guard or you drafting the guy. That's all I'm saying. Sign Tyron Smith, draft the center, and then go draft Sweat. Those could be all possibilities there, ladies and gentlemen. Drunk, man, come on, drunk Dak lover. He says Zach Martin is burnt out like D-Law says. Zach Martin been here for a minute, y'all. He's been here for a minute. Somebody who was telling me don't sleep on what's the other guy? It's the tip of my tongue. Dang, it's tip of my tongue. Let me go look at these guys on this team. What's his name, y'all? He was the other guy that people kind of like. Not Forniak, but what's his name? God dog. He played for the Cleveland. He played for us though. Hoffman. There you go, Sanjay. Do y'all foresee? Did we do like what game did Hoffman started in as the center? And I'll go back and watch that tape. Brock Hoffman. Y'all said don't sleep on him as the center. Or y'all prefer TJ Bass to be that center? And just let Tyler Biadasz just walk it, you know. What game did Brock Hoffman started? Was it the Cardinals? Was it the Cardinal game? Was it week 2? It was one of those games. Y'all help me out. Yeah. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Happy Friday to you all. I got to absolutely split, but we should have more and more content out. Look for me to do some research on the Gracia kid, Christian Gracia. I think that's his name, Christian Gracia. Look for me to do that, and look for me to do another video on the salary cap increase when I do some homework and see what we can get from here as far as the isolation videos. I appreciate y'all, man. I want you guys to have a beautiful weekend. If you guys don't get a chance to watch my my just smaller videos uploads, I want to tell you guys that I really love y'all, appreciate y'all. I thank all of you guys so much for your love and adulations for the nation. I really appreciate you guys. I wish I can go longer and live longer, but I gotta get ready to go for a meeting at 2 o'clock, so we gotta get prepped and ready for that and drive to that location. But I will look out for some information and details during that time frame. Maybe I'll go live with it. We'll see how things set up. But I appreciate you guys so much. Enjoy your Friday. And I appreciate all of the heavy hitters out here, man, the sniper gang and all of the people that support the nation over here, all of the subs, man. I appreciate y'all. On my way out, I just want to say this, ladies and gentlemen, the off season is long. We really got until March the 13th, right? March the 13th, that's when the new year open. So we can't really tamper around and fiddle-faddle around, so we don't know. But what we are doing is what you're seeing is that we're formulating our team together, right? We're going to get a defensive quality control. They said that Mike McCarthy, you stale like an old bag of chips that's halfway open in the third quarter. So let's go get somebody to help improve in that. Yeah. And we know the circumstances built around Mike McCarthy, that this is a win all year, right? If you don't win it all this year, you ain't gonna get that new contract. So here's the craziest thing of it all. You would absolutely know everything about Mike McCarthy. Just like what I said in 2019 with Jason Garrett. It was the end of his contract. And we would know everything about Jason Garrett. And the total sum of what Jason Garrett was 8-8. Right hand to the man in 2019. Now, although we were shanked by the butter knife in a few games, right? That Saints game, for one, I still remember Ezekiel Elliott's elbow was in the ground and they called fumble, right? I still remember, I guess, in that Jets game, they shanked the hell out of Jason Witten. I think it was at Jamal Adams, and they didn't even say, okay, we didn't see that. And then when we scored on another situation, they said, offensive pass interference on Cedric Wilson. But neither here nor there, that's old news, right? Ultimately, that year was 8-8. That's the total body work of Jason Garrett when he was in his lame duck season. Win or go home. So we will ultimately see what Mike McCarthy can do. Now, this is the move that I do like about Mike McCarthy. You see that kid, or that guy I meant to say, because he's not a kid, he's older than me. He do make necessary adjustments. He was able to make adjustments mid-season. Look at week 6 and 7 and beyond. You see, the previous coach, he would make adjustments yearly. It'd take him a whole year. So those are differences, right? Ron Hopkins says Dak stole Zeke's Rookie of the Year award in 2016. I feel you, bro. But even though he might have stolen that Rookie of the Year,
Thief! Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
how come no other quarterback produced those kinds and calibers of numbers of what he was eligible to do? You see, the craziest thing is we seen multitudes of people get praises on what they are eligible to do far as those numbers and get MVPs. Jalen Hurts, the year they went to the Super Bowl, those numbers were very identical to what Dak Prescott was due his rookie year. And they was praising him. But they shame us for those numbers. We seen that even this year that Lamar Jackson wasn't even able to do Dak Prescott numbers what he did his rookie year, but he gets praises for his, and they shun ours. You see, we are the only fan base, or we are the only organization that they shun our accolades and what we are able to do, and they add more and more pressure. They add more and more things that they take away. So you see, when we have a number one defense, they say, look, it's the defense carrying the Cowboys offense. But when the Ravens do it, you see, that's a complete team. It's crazy to me when the 49ers get a chance to have someone to hold up and lift their quarterback, and their defense getting scoops and scores. They're the number one team in turnovers and takeaways. They was the number one team or number two team in stopping the run. But nobody mentioned that, because what they say is, look at Brock Purdy. As if he was doing it all by himself. You see, the Cowboys are always under that stigma that is Super Bowl or bust, that is one man that stopped this team from winning ultimately, and his name is Rain Dakota Prescott. We are the only team that we got to have hesitancy on paying the man, right? We're the only team that got to have some type of pitfalls of what we didn't do since 1995. There's only been really active quarterbacks that's in the National Football League in the last 6 seasons to win the Super Bowl: Pat Mahomes and Matt Stafford. The time that Pat Mahomes won the Super Bowl, yes, nobody's bringing up the defense that was able to get a turnover. that was able to force Christian McCaffrey to fumble the ball, right? That was able to also do other things on when they were able to throw an INT to hold the opposition to 0 points. And on top of that, Pat Mahomes is blessed to have an Andy Reid in his corner. Blessed to have a top 5 or a top 3 defense in his corner. But nobody mentioned a word. And he's by far one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. The other active quarterback to win a Super Bowl in the last 6 years is Matthew Stafford. It took him ultimately 13 years to get there. And on top of that, the generational talent that they had over there by the name of Aaron Donald. He couldn't do it by himself. On polls of what we are saying, that Michael Parsons need to do it all by himself. Aaron Donald, I want people to look up Von Miller and what he's able to do. I want you guys to do your research on Jalen Ramsey. I want you guys to do your research on Leonard Floyd and all of those boys that they had on that side of the ball. I want you guys to look up Cooper Kupp. I want you guys to look up what that team was ultimately in order to lift up that Lombardi trophy and who we had comparable to those particular teams. I want you guys to look that up. Cowboy Nation, I get it. We want to get angry and upset and do comparisons and analysis. But sometimes we don't look at the bigger picture. We were thinking that Jason Garrett would help us win Super Bowls. We were thinking that Mike McCarthy, coming off of a year of not even coaching, he didn't call a play since 2018. And we were expecting, with the expectations last year, for him to have no hiccups. I get it. People say that those are just excuses. But write this down. Excuses are facts that you don't want to hear. It's crazy out here. It's an evil world we live in. Ain't that right? Yeah.
It's an evil world we live in.
But everyone have a reason, and results are what matter. But for the Cowboys, we're the only team that's been unsuccessful since 1995. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and open your mind for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, if you listen closely, you will understand that there's no rambling, True Blue, forever. That these are things that you can apply to your life. They can get you beyond the playing field that you are in. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
Sacrifice.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it.
Damn.
One more time.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. What should I say?
Yeah, baby! One love, baby! Shout out to y'all. Shout out to you, Kim. Thank you. Sean. Herbie. Thank you. Travis, one love. Until next time, DC for life. Eric, appreciate you. Come on. lately. Jameson Taylor, thank you. Shout out to everybody, man.
Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
What more do you want from me?
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside.
One more time, baby.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still say and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty.
Rebuild, appreciate you. Until next time.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the
Don't
shelf
forget
and I'm
about
not
these
feeling
boys.
it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's not
Salute.
Can't trust a soul, I keep
Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. We out. Peace.